for the pin. Go for the pin wrestling review show. Mikey Q and King V.
Go for the pin.
Have a nice day every day and
Go for the pin.
Go for the pin.
Weekly wrestling review show. Keep killing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Go for the Pin. This is Mikey Q, joined by King V, and today we got a very, very special guest in the building. I'm excited about this one, V.
Me too.
All right.
You know, this week, just real quick, somebody asked me to do this, so I'm King V, aka Bree Bellanoche. Where the hell could you go? Anyway, but moving on, we do have a very special guest with us today.
Yes. So let's get right to it. Yep. In the building, join us today. You've seen him on New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, AEW Dark. He was actually in the very first Elevation match for AEW. He is one of the hottest and in-demand wrestlers out there. Everyone, please welcome the radioactive Poppy. Danny Limelight is in the building.
Yeah. What's going on, baby? Thank y'all for having me on the show, man. That was a great intro. I love the video. I love seeing some of my friends, Leo Rush, Kira, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, man, I appreciate y'all, man. This is going to be dope.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Revy. He just said he fucked with both shirts. So, shout out to yeah.
90s right. X-Men from Fox 5. I see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Danny Limelight is in the building. All right. So, we know that you have like this military background also, right? So, before we get into wrestling, how did that prepare you for wrestling and even for the rest of your life going forward, man?
Well, shit, man. We were talking about this a little earlier about how I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised out there. I played baseball, I boxed, I played manhunt in the streets. I did all the hooligan stuff that we did as kids.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have a plan. You feel me? I was expecting to play shortstop for the New York Yankees. I wanted to, be in Hollywood and be in films. But I had all these big goals, all these aspirations, and I didn't know how to get there. And that on top of the fact that I was a troublemaker. So, the Marine Corps happened, and I was 17 years old, and I left New York City. I did 10 years. I was a staff sergeant, became a drill instructor, made Marines, was a martial arts instructor, taught the martial arts program, which consisted of close quarters combat, armed versus unarmed manipulations, unarmed versus armed manipulations, jiu-jitsu, boxing, karate, things of that nature. It's all compressed into one syllabus that we teach. So transitioning into professional wrestling, the Marine Corps already had me in shape. I was already, running miles, hiking miles. I was physically fit, But what I will say to it was that the Marine Corps is so go that, I was only weighing like 150 pounds at the time when I started getting ready to wrestle. And, the physical fitness side of the wrestling, the endurance, the stamina, all that I knew. I knew how to do the moves. I learned that pretty well. A lot of the stuff that I did in the Marine Corps transitioned into the wrestling ring very easily. The discipline, okay with being on the road, okay with being away from family, stuff like that. The Marine Corps had trained me and prepared me for that. The wrestling side, it was just learning the business, But I will say that the Marine Corps, it definitely prepared me for wrestling, it prepared me for life. It definitely skyrocketed my maturity level because, a young kid from New York City, I was mad and immature. I did a lot of stupid things. So the discipline the Marine Corps instills in you, it's unlike any other branch of service, especially having to and then train recruits to become Marines. That's a whole ball game. So the discipline was already there. You feel me? The Marine Corps it sets you up for success. Its mission is to win wars and to produce better civilians back to the civilian sector.
Right. Okay. V, you wanna?
All right. Growing up, were you a big wrestling fan? And if you were, who did you watch? Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Growing up as a kid, I liked wrestling, but I was a very cordial fan. Whatever the terminology that they use, casual fan.
Yeah.
I only knew what WWF was. I didn't know about New Japan, WCW. I knew WCW a little bit because of the invasion angle and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know about Ring of Honor, New Japan, the Indies. I didn't know that there was wrestling like that. So you know, I was hooked to the program, but because of WWF superstars. You know, my favorites were The Rock and Eddie Guerrero. You know,
Nice.
when The Rock left, pretty much Eddie Guerrero kind of became my hero, the one I looked up to, the one I wanted to be like. You know, all that stuff that y'all see me do in the ring. You know, a lot of the moves, swagger, the way I carry myself, the poppy, all that stuff comes from Eddie. And you know, the way that I try to talk on the mic and when I get a chance to cut promos, and the way I carry myself and the way I try to electrify the building, that's all The Rock. So those were the two that I watched the most, the ones I looked up to. Those were my favorites. But when I started training to be a wrestler, you know, I had stopped watching wrestling right after Eddie Guerrero died. Mm-hmm. So 10 years almost had went by before I watched wrestling again when I started training to be a wrestler. And when I turned on the TV to watch wrestling because I wanted to learn about what was going on because I was going to start doing it, Seth Rollins that night turns on the Shield. And instantly, I was a Seth Rollins fan instantly. So he was the guy that I started watching when I started, you know, really get into the nick of, you know, trying to make my rounds in the indies and do things on the indies. I was watching a lot of Seth Rollins, which got me to learning about Ring of Honor and Tyler Black. And then that got me into New Japan and learning about New Japan and finding out guys like Will Ospreay exist and Ricochet and Puma with the same person, Prince Puma, and then watching Phoenix and Penta on Lucha Underground. You know, that was what got me into really like hooked into the wrestling, and I wanted to do it all.
Nice. I mean, you mentioned, you know, Eddie and The Rock and, you know, enjoying watching them as a kid. I'm interested though. Now that you're in the business and, you know, you're out there and you're wrestling, is it still exciting for you to watch as a fan? Can you sit there and watch without, like, let's say, critiquing a match? Can you sit there, Danny Limelight, just as a fan?
It's hard for me. I can't remember the last time I watched as a fan. Actually, I lie. At the recent AEW pay-per-view, I watched Serena Deeb's match as a fan. It was a wrestling clinic her and Rio put on. You know, it was a wrestling clinic, but I enjoyed it as a fan. You know, I watched a lot of wrestling.
Yeah,
but sometimes I catch myself critiquing the match and not so much enjoying it and clapping. You know,
right.
So it kind of takes that away from me. I do get to watch as a fan when I watch with my daughter. She does like watching wrestling. You know, her favorites are, you know, Ty Conti and Sasha Banks. She loves them too. So when we're watching that, you know, I get to enjoy it through her, you know, like watching, like I have fun because she's having fun watching.
Okay. All right. I'm always interested to ask, you know, wrestlers and people in the business if they still like enjoy it as a fan, because it's difficult. You know, it's difficult, especially since you're in the business. Yeah. So, V.
Okay. Being in the business and also being a Latino in the business, how does it feel, or if any of this happened to you, when young men and young women come up to you, say, you know, I want to wrestle because of you, I like wrestling because of you, and being that Latino representation for them? How does that feel?
Great question.
Man, it's surreal because, you know, as a kid, like I told you, Eddie Guerrero was the first real Latino superstar, in my opinion. You know, and then obviously Rey Mysterio as well. But Latino Heat was the guy for Latinos. So now that I'm able to represent for my culture, for Latinos, you know, and join the wave of many Latinos out there that are doing it. You know, you got guys like Andrade, you got Santana and Ortiz, you know, you got Eddie Kingston, who's half Puerto Rican, Lince Dorado. You know, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans, you know, even Latinos like Angel Garza, Andrade, you know, that are doing huge things to the Latino culture. And it feels good to be one of those Latino representatives, man. It's awesome. Kids tell me all the time that I'm their favorite, or they love watching me, and people hit me up all the time, and even military people hit me up as somebody that, man, you got out of the military, you made something of yourself even bigger than you were in the military. Like I just want to be an inspiration to others, you know.
Nice. And I think you are inspiring, man. Definitely. I told you, you know, privately, I'm a fan of your work. You know, I've enjoyed what you've done on Dark and on Elevation, on Dynamite, even your New Japan stuff, which I wasn't familiar with. I'm be fully transparent, but I checked out some of the New Japan stuff that you did, and I was really impressed. So definitely. So I just want to ask, right? If you could name 3 people on the indies right now, right? male or female, that's killing it, that should be signed to a major company, within the year or the next few years, who would they be?
Danny Limelight.
Okay.
Real.
Yeah.
JT Dunn.
Okay.
He's an East Coast guy. Slice Boogie.
Okay. All right. Cool. And they killing it. And I heard of JT Dunn because I'm on the East Coast. Like I mentioned, I'm in New York, so I've definitely heard of him. I got to check out his work more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Do you mind if I might ask you a non-wrestling question?
Sure.
Okay, so because I'm a big nerd, clearly, and I noticed that you are a big Spider-Man fan.
Yes.
Are you excited for the new movie that's coming out in December?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am. No Way Home, of course I am. I can't wait to see all 3 Spider-Mans on TV screen. On the big screen. I already got my tickets to the Black Widow premiere. I love Marvel, man. Everything Marvel. That's my comics. That's my TV shows. Right now, on pause on the TV right now. I got the new episode of Loki playing in the background.
Oh, don't spoil it. I did not watch it yet. I didn't watch it yet. And just to follow up, when it comes to Spider-Man, who is your favorite version of Spider-Man?
Miguel O'Hare, 2099. And I'm petitioning right now to play Miguel O'Hare, Spider-Man 2099 in a live action film. Everybody, Danny Limelight for Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
I would love that live action. I would love to see that.
You've done movies before, though, right? You work with John Morrison or John Higgins. Yeah. How was that?
That was awesome, man. John's a great dude. He's an amazing wrestler. I was a fan of his, when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of his. Didn't really get to see him in his prime at WWE, but when I came back to watching wrestling, I got to see him as Johnny Mundo.
Yeah.
Underground and stuff like that. And then, meeting him and just going over some stuff in the ring. He was showing me how to put my parkour stuff into the match and how to, do that kind of stuff. That's why a lot of stuff you see me doing, a lot of it's credited to John Morrison's brain and the way he was showing me how to do certain things. And then, I went out to help him with the pre-visuals for his fights for his film. And, he was a dope dude. It was a good connection. We came up with some cool stuff and they ended up putting me in the film. And I did all the stunts for the Time Borgs. I played Blaylock, the Time Borg commander. Okay. And it was awesome, And not only was I that character, I played a lot of the other like Goonies or whatever that he beat up throughout the film.
Yeah.
It was an awesome experience, man. Not only that, I write and produce my own films as well. So it's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a journey in general in life, and it's a blessing.
Since you mentioned the film production, just give me 1 second, V. So I noticed in other interviews you talked about film and that you was into the film production and everything. Darby Allin actually is into film production. I don't know if you've had any conversations with him about it or you guys have worked on anything together, but if you haven't, would you work on some of his vignettes that he's doing or anything that's related to that?
Well, yeah, man. Darby's a great dude. He's a great wrestler. He's a good person. He's a workhorse. He's a grinder. He throws his body all over the place for the stunt stuff. I would love to work with Darby in the film. I think it'll be dope.
Yeah, that would definitely be dope.
We never had that conversation though, but I think that'll be cool to come up with a cool project that'll fit both of us, and put it together. But he's very busy. I'm very busy, so we'll see.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know he does a lot of his own vignettes that we see on Dynamite, and he's very hands on that stuff. So I think that would be a cool collaboration between you two. Just a few more questions.
Okay, so with you being one hell of a wrestler, one hell of an athlete, when you're in the ring with anyone, do you go over the match beforehand, or do you like to call everything as it goes along?
I don't know what you're talking about. I go in the ring to ring, baby. I go in the ring.
Fair enough.
Danny Limelight. No, okay. All right, cool. So let me just ask you about intergender wrestling. I see there was a match on Title Match Wrestling that came up with you.
Me and Miranda Alizé.
Right. Yep. I was gonna ask you your opinion on that. We actually do. We have a clip here from you and her actually.
Miranda Alizé. Oh my God! Wait a minute! Oh my God! There's the Danny Limelight attacking from behind. What the hell? What is wrong with you?
Thing is wrong with me.
Oh man, I had to show that clip. I mean, wow. What's your opinion? She got you back. She won that match. So.
I mean, she won the match. Yeah.
What's your opinion on intergender wrestling?
Man, wrestling is wrestling. You know, I think that Miranda Alizé is a super talented Latina wrestler. That was actually my second match with her. Last time I beat her in San Diego, she beat me in Texas. You know, that makes us 1-1. So.
Oh, okay. So you guys gotta have that rubber match.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 falls or some shit somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I haven't really had many matches like that. I had 2 with her. I did a couple at the Crash many years ago where Christy James was my tag partner.
Okay.
We wrestled a lot of those intergender tag matches, if you will, back then. But I haven't really done a lot of those matches. But I would. There are some amazing female wrestlers out there. You know, I'd love to get in the ring with it and throw down. You know, but
who are some of them?
Who are some of them?
Yeah, who are some of them off the top of your head?
Man, I would love to wrestle Ashley Vox.
Okay, Sea Stars. Yeah, that's my girl.
She's dope. I'd like to wrestle, man, Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard. Yeah. Tessa Blanchard. Yeah, she's dope. Yeah. Trying to think of some more people off the top of my head. There's just so many.
There's a lot of talented.
So many of them at AEW. You know, like if it was possible to wrestle Red Velvet, she's great.
Oh, love Red Velvet.
I would kill to wrestle Serena D, man. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ryu Mizunami. I want to wrestle Ryu.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So speaking of getting into the business, if there was somebody watching this, listening to this, and they're wanting to get into the business or they want to learn the ropes, if you will, what would be your advice to them?
Man, I say this in all my interviews, man. Just if you want something, you got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You got to go after it. You got to put the work in. You got to grind. You got to be passionate. You got to understand that you're going to get more no's than yeses, you know, and it's not going to be an overnight success. It never is. It may seem like it for some people, but honestly, you don't know the work that the person put in, you know. So for me, it's just, I tell people, be yourself, be authentic, be real about what you want, what your goals are, and just be real with yourself. Are you putting in the work to get there? If the answer is no, then put in more work. If the answer is yes, then keep grinding. Eventually, the cream rises.
Definitely. I like that. Okay. Last question I have for you, Danny, right?
Yeah.
So if you could put together your perfect card, right? Let's say three matches.
Question.
Oh, that was yours? Sorry, B.
It's fine.
Right.
It's fine.
So let's say 3 matches, right? Let's get like a main event match. Say you're the booker, right? You're not involved in the show other than booking the show, right? So let's say you have a main event, you have a women's match, and you have like maybe a tag team match.
Okay.
What would it be?
Oh, shit, man.
Spotlight's on.
Is it only present people or is it all time?
Anybody that you want.
Anybody.
Anybody like ever in the history of
ever.
Fuck.
It's tough, right?
Eddie Guerrero versus Kenny Omega.
Oh. That's a great main event, though. Eddie and Kenny. Wow.
That's the main event right there.
That's amazing.
It's happening at Madison Square Garden, too.
Okay. All right.
Of course.
The tag match would be the Lucha Bros.
Okay.
Versus Santana and Ortiz. Versus God.
Okay.
Versus the Bucks.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
4-way tag ladder match.
Oh, I like this. I like this.
And the women's match would be Serena Deeb versus Charlotte Flair.
Book it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
That would be, that would be the 3 main, and in the pre-show match. All right.
Come on, pre-show. All right.
Pre-show match. And this would be like the workhorse title. This would be like that mid-card title, if you will. And I would do Will Ospreay versus Will Ospreay. I had it in my head and then I took it away. Will Ospreay versus 2004 Rey Mysterio.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. All right.
We said all the time, right? So
that's a hell of a card. I love it. I love it. V, you got a last question for me?
Damn, because you stole it. No. Okay, so with being a performer fully, how do you balance your work life and your personal life?
Oh shit, that tends to blend in sometimes. But honestly, man, like when I'm home, if I'm not doing interviews, I'm in the pool, the jacuzzi, chilling. Sometimes I'm doing my interview. Sometimes I'm doing my interviews. Sometimes I'm doing my interviews by the pool. You know what I'm saying? I always think back to that Biggie line: interviews by the pool, consider the pool because I dropped
out of high school. Yeah.
Sometimes I do my interviews at the pool, but I spend a lot of my time on the jacuzzi in the pool area, laying down, watching films, studying films because I watch films the way I watch wrestling now, where I'm like watching the study. Unless it's a Marvel, so if it's Marvel, it's different. For some reason with Marvel, I can just turn it off and fanboy.
Oh yeah.
Films and stuff like that. I'm watching the study. I'm watching the learn. I'm watching the actors. Denzel's my favorite person to watch. I like to go shopping. I like to spend money on shit that I don't need, but I like to have. And honestly, man, like when it's that's just me by myself, you know. But if I have my daughter with me, man, we're going for drives. We're going to get ice cream. We're going to the pool. We're hanging out. You know, none of this video game stuff. None of like any of that. We're just chilling and having fun. You know, talking to her about life and stuff like that. But then when it's time to turn that switch on for Danny Limelight, you know, whether it's the interview, whether it's, you know, taking photos, whether it's writing a script, whether it's, you know, on a plane, at the hotel, on my way to the venue to wrestle, like it's game time, man. I'm always locked on. And, you know, when all said and done, when my daughter's gone and the partying is, my daughter's gone and the wrestling is done, the partying begins. I like to enjoy some Hennessy, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I live my life, man.
Radioactive Poppy. Well, Danny, thank you for joining us on Go for the Pen. We really appreciate it. I know that it was just announced today that AEW is coming to New York City. I don't know if you saw that yet, but I'm pretty sure you did. We hope to see you there. We hope to see you at Dynamite because I'm gonna make it I'm gonna make sure, that I'm gonna be at that show. So
make sure you have a great time there, man.
I know I will. I was at the first Dynamite that they did in DC. So this will be my second Dynamite, and it's in my hometown. So I can't wait. Hope to see you there.
So I'm going to my first in July when you come to Charlotte. I don't live in New York anymore. Okay. So hopefully, if you're, if Mike sees you in New York,
never know.
I see you in Charlotte.
Never know. Well, Danny, thank you again, man.
King V, Mikey Q, man, I really appreciate you for bringing me on your show. Go for the Pin. For everybody listening, thank you for listening. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Danny Limelight, ProWrestlingTees.com/Danny Limelight, Cameo.com/Danny Limelight. I'm everywhere. I'm easy to find, man. Stay blessed, stay up, stay true to who you are, and fuck the haters.
That's right. Thanks, Danny. We'll catch you.
Thank you
later.
So much.
Thanks a lot, Danny. All right. Danny, if you can hear us, you can. I know you gotta go, so I know you're probably still in the studio. You can just hang up if you need. Yeah. All right. Cool. Danny Limelight, everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man. Shout out to Danny Limelight, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Definitely. Thank you. Great talent, great dude. Great father. Yes. So yeah. Shout out to Danny Limelight. All right. Wow. We can't top that. But
I mean, we could actually end the show here. No, but seriously, I guess we got to talk about what else that happened.
Yeah. Now we
I guess now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. I didn't want to take too much time up. I had like a million more questions for him, but I didn't want to take too much time up for him. So got to be respectful of our guests. So
of course.
All right. So where should we start tonight, V? Where should we start?
Shit, I don't fucking know.
All right. Well, what did we cover last week? We covered NXT last week. That's what we covered.
Yes.
I think we stuck to NXT.
Yeah, because we talked about the predictions, so we might as well start with the pay-per-view then.
Okay, let's do it. Let me pull up the results as we talk here. NXT In Your House went down this Sunday. This past Sunday.
Yeah.
Overall, what did you think of the show?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Like, I don't have any. I honestly cannot say that I have anything truly negative to say.
Okay. All right.
I feel like you disagree. You were stalling. You were stalling. Okay. All right. You're stalling.
Oh man, he's on to me. All right. So
I'm not the heel this week. Wow.
Not
right now.
Not right now. I enjoyed the show. It wasn't one of the best takeovers though for me.
It wasn't, but I enjoyed it.
I feel like, you know what hurt it? The live audience. It didn't feel like they was into it at all. So like watching it at home, I wasn't into it because I didn't feel like the live audience was into it. You know, and shout out to Battle Club Pro. They liked and retweeted it. Shout out to y'all. Tell Darius Cole to accept my challenge if y'all watching.
Oh my god.
Anyway. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Back to NXT. I didn't think it was the worst show. But it definitely wasn't the best show. So NXT opened up with the winner take all match. It was for the North American Championship and the Tag Team Championship. Mm-hmm. It was MSK and Bronson Reed versus Legado del Fantasma. I'm proud of myself every time I say that correctly now because I struggled with it a year ago.
That's the only one he's got right. All right.
Because I can't say miente the right way. Good thing I didn't embarrass myself in front of Danny.
Oh God, Danny, if you hear this,
no. Miente. He did it. He said it. We have it.
Yes, he said it. You know correctly.
Yeah, of course he said it correctly. Anyway, Bronson and MSK retained their titles. Good opener. I really enjoyed this. I mean, we had Bronson like totally kill Santos like on the barricade, like through the plexiglass or whatever. Like that was cool. What did you think of this match?
I liked it. My only question is now what is next for Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma?
That's a good question. I think they're going to continue. Well, Santos is going to continue with Bronson, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, and everybody else, Joaquin and Raul, I think they will continue in the tag team division. I don't know. I don't know. I think that the feud is Bronson and Santos going forward for the North American Championship. I don't know about the tag team right now, but we'll see. Okay, so that was the opening match, and then we had Xia Li versus Mercedes Martinez. By the way, we predicted both of those matches correctly. By the way, so that's important. Both of these matches.
We did. Yeah. Wait. Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. Now we thought it might be some shenanigans, and it was. There was shenanigans. Xia defeated Mercedes kind of clean. Bo tried to interfere. But kind of clean. Clean at just.
Not squeaky.
Right. Clean enough for a heel.
Yeah. Fair. Clean enough for a heel.
Yeah. And then after the match, we got Mei Ying attacking Mercedes Martinez. And that was the segment. I thought this match was okay. It wasn't the best match. It wasn't their Mae Young Classic match. It was okay. It was all right. It was a TV match for me. But, what'd you think?
I agree. It was a TV match for me. It was good to see Xia Li back.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mispronounce her leader's name, so I'm not going to fuck that up.
I think it's Mei Ying.
I believe so also, but It's good to see that we're getting some motion with her now.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm interested. Ooh, words, because I know them, to see what's next.
Yeah, you got this. Okay. Let's move on. We had the $1 Million Championship ladder match. We had L.A. Knight versus Cameron Grimes. And this is actually where we kind of disagreed. I had went for L.A. Knight, and you went for Cameron Grimes.
Yep.
And he almost won, but then he didn't. Then he didn't.
Yeah.
He was gonna win, and then he didn't. I thought it was a good ladder match. I didn't think it was like a great ladder match. I thought it was good. They worked hard. I'm not gonna say they didn't. They worked hard. I thought that it's interesting that we had a ladder match this month on NXT when we just had a ladder match 2 months ago for TakeOver WrestleMania week. And now we are looking forward to a Money in the Bank pay-per-view in July that is going to have a ladder match. Maybe we're overdoing the ladder match a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. However, come a space in this for this particular match, okay, I would understand why it would be a ladder match. Granted, a ladder match made sense here. Of course, with Money in the Bank being next month, of course, it's a ladder match. Duh. But I think a ladder match would have made sense here.
Yeah.
Because with the finish, it Cameron Grimes isn't pinned, so it's like he's saved for a bit, and LA Knight looks like a dickhead.
Yeah. Especially we can talk about what happened on NXT just yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, LA Knight had his coronation, and Ted DiBiase was out there, and Ted DiBiase at 67 years old takes a bump.
I cringed. I was scared.
Yeah.
He's like, no, 67, no.
Yeah, LA Knight, good old right hand, good old fashioned right hand. Ted DiBiase takes a bump. Cameron Grimes makes the save, and it looks like we are getting that baby face push for Cameron Grimes.
Yep, we are.
So yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about this match. I thought it was good. I thought it was good stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the follow was good stuff too.
I guess you were right.
Yeah,
I guess you were right. This is one of the few times I'll say that, but I guess you were right. I think it would. It was a better choice. Yeah, you don't have to, but it was a better choice with LA Knight winning because it makes the chase for Cameron's chase a little bit more interesting, especially that now, or for what we're going to see, since he saved the $1 Million Man, is that you're going to see the $1 Million Man by his side.
Yeah.
So that eventual win, whenever that's going to be, is going to be a bigger feel when he does eventually win.
Agreed. Okay, let's go to the NXT Women's Championship match. We had Raquel Gonzalez, the champion with Dakota Kai, versus Ember Moon. Before
we get into that, speaking of Raquel Gonzalez, there was a press conference. Let's try that again. A press conference.
Yeah.
For NXT. Shut up. In your house. And okay. Try not to be angry here.
Yeah.
There was a comment made by Raquel stating that she. I'm actually looking for the comment because I don't want to misquote.
Right.
It is a huge honor to know that people are saying my name in the same conversations of Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, and it reminds me that I belong here. First Mexican and Latin American woman to win a WWE title. So let's start here. Melina. I believe Melina was the first.
Right.
Melina, the Bella Twins. Melina's Mexican. The Bella Twins are half Mexican. AJ Lee is Puerto Rican. Bailey, I believe, is Mexican as well. all 5 of these women won titles before you, and if you really want to talk about it, Bailey was the first Latina woman to win
Yeah.
a NXT Women's title. So I'm not understanding where that came from, and I guess that's WWE's fault because they like to erase history. But that is factually incorrect.
Yeah.
So it is like, and I heard somebody tried to justify it. It's like, well, you've never seen Bailey speak Spanish on television. Okay, you don't have to be Latino to be. Well, you don't have to speak Spanish. Well, let me rephrase that. Actually, just because you're Latino doesn't mean you all necessarily don't have to speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah.
So I'm confused.
Well, your Spanish is better than mine, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, that's because, culturally. Anyway. Yes, I don't. As far as I know, I haven't seen Bailey speak Spanish on WWE TV. Neither the Bella Twins or AJ Lee. However, Melina has spoken Spanish on WWE TV.
Right.
Eve Torres has also. Forgetting about Eve Torres. So I did not appreciate, and I'm gonna blame WWE for this one.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate the fact that I believe Lisa Marie Varon is Puerto Rican. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
I think you're right.
I'm not sure,
right. Yeah,
but
I think you're right.
Claiming to be something when you're really not is insulting to the women that came before you, and erasing history is not cool. Number one, especially when Lena literally quoted, it was like, like
yeah, she's in an opening video also, by the way. But that's
it's just that bothered me.
Yeah,
maybe because maybe with the In the Heights thing coming out and the lack of representation of Afro Latinos and me being Afro Latino, and then my point is, do not erase history just because those people are not in the business anymore, or in that particular company. Or even if in that company, because Bailey is still in the company.
Yeah.
So just because she doesn't speak Spanish or she doesn't, I guess I don't want to say portray her culture, but she doesn't share her culture in the wrestling ring.
Right.
Doesn't mean that she's not. She's still Mexican.
Yeah.
Melina is still Mexican. AJ is still Puerto Rican. I just. That annoyed me, among every other thing that WWE does. But yeah, don't erase history.
Yeah. All right. So,
but back to Raquel and Ember Moon. Sorry.
Yes. No, it's okay. So, up until I guess this part of the show, this was the best match in the show for me. I mean, I like the opener, but Ember is just so good, and
she is.
I mean, I was critical of her first match when she came back. I said it right here on the show.
You was, and I was
and I'm gonna say I think rightfully so. She did not look like the Ember that I remembered, but again, it was ring rust, right? And that's okay. She shut me up. She shut me up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I retracted my statement. And I was like, look, because she needed the ring time. I don't care how much you train and how much you prepare to get back in the ring. There's nothing like being in that ring, and being on live television in front of a crowd, or kind of a crowd at the Performance Center. But crowd adjacent, right. This match was really good. Dakota tried to get involved. Eventually, Shotzi Blackheart got involved to kind of chase out Dakota Kai. But this wasn't enough. Raquel defeats Ember rather clean via her powerbomb. I liked a lot of the spots in this match. I liked the counter of the Eclipse into the one-on powerbomb. Like, I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good match. And it was my favorite match until the main event. But yeah, what'd you think about this?
Criticism for Raquel aside, it was a really good match. I will say that I believe I'm gonna say this. This is Ember's best showing since she's been back.
Yeah.
Great job. Great job. That's all I got to say. Both women did a great job.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay, let's go into the NXT Championship. We had a fatal 5-way match. Killer Cross with Scarlett versus Johnny Gargano versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It was for the NXT Championship. This match was really solid. It was really good. You got a lot of great performers in there. All of them are great performers. You were right about this one. This was the only match I got wrong on this whole show. It was this match, and Karrion Kross retains the NXT Championship by defeating Kyle O'Reilly and everybody else that was involved. They did a lot of good false finishes where you thought just maybe Killer Kross would lose the match, but that wasn't the case. And Kross won to a very mild reaction. Does this prove how fickle the CWC is? Because I can't stand that Full Sail crowd. I never could, but that's a whole nother story.
I can't really say right now because the crowd overall was shit.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole entire show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Karrion Kross won, like I said, and the crowd went mild.
Yeah.
I guess you know when you think about it, look at everybody that's in the match.
Right.
Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne, and Karrion Kross. The people probably wanted Adam Cole to win, or Kyle O'Reilly, excuse me, or maybe even Johnny Gargano. You know, it didn't happen that way, so the crowd was like, okay. I thought it was the better choice to have Kross win. My reason?
Yeah.
Is because of what happened that following Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah,
we're here.
Yeah, we are going to talk about it. I just want to just say, you know, shout outs to all 5 men that were in the ring. They put their all into it. It was sometimes I was like, oh, Kross is really not going to retain.
Yeah.
And they got us, and that's fine. That's okay.
I love that.
It was it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. How would you rate it?
Okay.
I switched it up on you. I usually want to
first of all, yeah. All right. Well, first of all, before I rate it, we had a cliffhanger at the end of the show with William Regal. So William Regal's leaving the building, and he's like in tears, and you knew it was gonna be something. But I'm gonna give this show a 2 count for me. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good at times, most times I should say, but it wasn't one of my favorite takeovers. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna remember this takeover like a year from now.
Albeit, it wasn't my favorite takeover also. However, come a space, I was really entertained.
Okay.
And I would even dare say I was sports entertained. So I'm gonna give the show a near fall.
There it is. Look, it's like magic. You say it and it just pops up on the screen there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I may go back and watch the show, and you know, maybe I'll change my answer. But yeah, as of like on first watch, 2 count for me. But near fall, okay. All right, cool. All right. Let's let's finish up talking about NXT, right? So just a few notes on last night's NXT. Samoa Joe is back. Okay. Spoiler alert, right? Samoa Joe's back. How do you feel about Joe being back in his new role? He's like the enforcer now for Regal, it looks like. And do you think this leads to Joe versus Kross?
Yes.
Okay.
But to see Joe back, I was genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
So I was his music hit. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what's happening here?
Yeah.
I think Samoa Joe's too good of a talent to completely let fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talent that's too good to be full, to fall by the wayside. But
Yeah.
Joe's one of those one of a kind characters or one of a kind wrestlers, one of a kind performers.
Right.
The promo that not Rhea, William Regal, he got me good.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this man is about to retire. Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I was sitting there like I was typing notes for the shows, like, damn, what a career.
Yeah.
William Regal is like a legend, and
Definitely.
of course he deserves his rest, and
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely earned the respect of everybody in the business. I had this whole diatribe ready for William Regal.
Yeah.
So Joe's music hit.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, you can't be an in-ring performer,
Yeah.
that's gonna change eventually. And you can't put hands on the talent unless provoked.
I love that. I love that line.
I think Karrion Kross is gonna try to provoke Joe.
Yeah. Definitely.
Until it becomes a match. And hopefully that match is for the championship. Eventually. Whenever that's gonna be. I'm not rushing it.
Yeah.
That slow burn will be just fine. And speaking of unless provoked. When Samoa Joe.
Oh man. Yeah. B. Together,
like
bro.
literally, as soon as that happened, I was like, "Good night, Moon," and he choked Adam Cole out. That was funny.
That was hilarious.
Because
he was trying to keep the peace.
He was trying to keep
and they
the
weren't
peace.
listening. So I said, "All right, watch this."
He said, "Fuck it."
Yeah. He said,
all
"Yeah."
right. Now, all right.
And when he wakes up, tell him he has a match next week. Yo, that was great.
It was funny because it happened so fast,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Wait, how is Adam Cole on the floor? How did he get there?"
Yeah, well,
he's asleep.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Samoa Joe in this role is gonna be good. It's gonna be great television.
Yeah, I'm invested. What else happened? Okay, Kushida's gonna face Kyle O'Reilly next week. And in the main event of the show, with Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa versus the grizzled young veterans in a tornado tag team match. I thought that was solid. I thought that match was really, really strong. NXT last night was really good for me. I really enjoyed NXT last night. I like Zoe Stark helping out Io Shirai with the whole Candice thing. Candice and Indy tried to jump Io, and there was a save from Zoe. So it looks like we're gonna get a tag team match there. But wait, there's more. Looks like Shotzi and Ember are not done with Dakota and Raquel. They had a little bit of a interaction backstage before Dakota and Indy faced. Who did they face last night? Casey and Kaden.
Casey and Kaden.
Yeah. And even that match was good. That was actually a really solid match. They worked me at one point. I thought that Casey and Kaden might actually get the win. There was one forced finish, I think, on Dakota that I was like, I don't know if she's going to kick out of this. I think it was like a springboard something that Casey and Kaden came up with, which is a way better finish than whatever Casey was doing a few months ago.
I'll leave that alone.
Yeah. And they worked me there. I was like, wait a minute. Like, are they going to beat the women's champion and Dakota? But no, that's not what happened. Good match. I don't have anything bad to say about NXT. Oh, and we already talked about Ted taking a bump, so that's that. And so that was pretty much NXT last night. What do you give the show, V?
The timeline is back in order.
Uh,
No multiverse here.
yeah.
I know Danny would appreciate that.
Danny
But
got it. Yeah. He's watching.
it just flew over your head, Mike. It's fine. I'm also gonna give NXT an earful.
I'm with you. I think NXT was in there for. Yeah, very, very solid show. Okay. I guess we should get to some WWE stuff.
Do we have to? Okay.
All right, before we do that, Impact.
Yes.
Moose did not beat Kenny Omega this weekend as V predicted.
Didn't.
I was going Moose all the way up until they announced that Sami Callihan was going to be in the main event at Slammiversary. I said, okay. And I think I was like brainstorming on the show. I'm like, Sami Callihan's going to be in the main event. I think they want Sami to take that title for Kenny Omega. And I think at that time, Moose did not sign a contract extension. That may be another reason why he didn't win. As of this recording, he has signed an extension with Impact. I don't know how long, but he'll be there for a while. So I called shenanigans, right? I said maybe the Bucks would get involved since the Good Brothers were technically in Nashville. But how did Sami Callihan get there? Because Sami Callihan ended the show beating up the Bucks and Kenny with a bat. So did he like teleport? I guess that's his gimmick anyway, right? He probably teleported from Nashville to Jacksonville. How long is that flight from? If we're talking like the K word that I won't say on the show, but how long is the flight from Nashville to Jacksonville?
I have not been to either place, so I don't know.
Hey Siri, how long is the flight from Nashville to Jacksonville?
This nigga just asked Siri.
Hold on. Ah, what do you mean you can't get that answer? It says, hold on. It says about 54 minutes. Okay, so technically speaking, he could have gotten from Nashville to Jacksonville in about an hour.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're sticking to the K word that I won't say. But yeah.
I didn't think about the K word. I was like,
yeah, that one.
I was like, okay, never mind.
The K. Yeah, okay.
It died.
That one.
It died.
Did it though?
Did it?
I mean, Danny kept it up. totally dodged our question about that one, but it's all right. I'll ask someone alone. Yeah, I'll ask someone alone.
I truly appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah, that's what's up. I wish more wrestlers would stay in character, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Let's keep going. But yeah, so I'll be looking forward to Impact on tomorrow night as of this recording. We'll see what they do because apparently Sami Callihan was fired. So Sami said, I don't care if you fire me. You think that's going to keep me out of Nashville? So apparently Sami's still going to show up in Impact. So we'll see what happens there. Now we have to get into some not so fun stuff. We started off very fun with Danny and
do we have to? This has been such a great positive show. We had Danny Limelight on the show. We talked about great wrestling, and then now we're talking about Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, SmackDown happened.
It did.
It did. Okay. So I guess a few notes on SmackDown. One, this whole thing with Roman and Jay and Jimmy is phenomenal. I wish I could say the rest of the stuff. The rest of the show was the same, but this stuff with Roman and Jay is phenomenal. I'm not even gonna go in order of SmackDown. I kind of wanted to just talk about that. So they did this thing where Jimmy and Reigns kind of almost came to blows in the back. Right. And Jimmy's like, all right, let's go. And then Roman had this great response and these great facials are just like, what? I don't want to fight you. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I thought that was great. Like, Jimmy, look what you did to your brother. Look what you're doing. Like, I don't want to fight you. want you all to be together. I want a family. Like, it was just great stuff. You guys had to watch it if you didn't see it. It was great stuff. Great storytelling, and that's probably as far as it goes for great stuff.
Yep.
And on SmackDown for me.
That's it.
What else even happened, man? Like, it's a shame that there's a few days later, and I don't even remember what happened. I'm not even looking at notes right now.
I know there was a Ding Dong Hello segment with Bayley and Seth Rollins with his lavender. Was it lavender? Was it mauve?
Lavender. It might have when it's mauve. Oh man, mauve. Yes, that did happen. That happened. But it was interrupted by Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
And then further interrupted by Bianca Belair, who just came out and laughed at.
I smell a tag match Friday.
Yeah, I'm
sure it'll be good, but
yeah. Kevin Owens and Big E versus Apollo and Sami Zayn. Okay, Kevin Owens and Big E got the win. I'm just going through this. Carmella versus Liv. Liv got a win. 50-50 booking, I guess. Because Carmella beat her the other week, so now you got to get your win back. Like, what are we doing here? Right.
Heron. Sorry.
Montez Ford versus Chad Gable. Tez defeats Gable, but Otis attacks Dawkins in the back. I was like, wait, who did he attack? He attacked Dawkins in the back, and he shaved off. He being Otis. Pronouns, pal. Shaved off his beard, and now has a whole new look.
Could have kept the beard. It creeped me out because I was just like, who's that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like one of those. No, that's rude. No, never mind. No, I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. No.
Okay, so we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin again. Again. We're just gonna keep going. Again. V, I almost lost my mind. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like,
why? I was like, why?
You kidding me? Like, like I wanted to choke somebody. Like, why? At least they kept it short. But Shinsuke defeats Baron Corbin, so now I guess they're 2-2. So we're gonna have guess what?
Another match.
Another match.
Oh my god! So innovative.
Right? Like, fam, please. Like, what does Dawkins say? Nah, fam. Like,
are the Raw writers like sneaking into the SmackDown room and writing shit? Because
surprisingly, I think they're all the same writing team, but believe it or not. But yeah. All right, so we get a main event segment with Roman in a ring, and we get Roman and Ray, and they are gonna do Hell in a Cell Sunday.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. While we're there, while we're here, I guess we could say, who wins this match? Roman Reigns. Yeah, like I don't even think there's any.
I was like, why did you ask me that question?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, duh.
So Roman takes out Ray, and Dom shows up, and Roman powerbombs Dom over, like, from the ring onto the floor. It looked really cool.
So I laughed, and I'm going to tell you why. So for those who enjoyed the show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it. I wish we had that. Oh, man, I wish I knew you was going to say that.
Like, you treated Dom like jazz. Like,
I love it. I love it.
Because he went off camera, I was like, yo, is he good? What's going on here?
Yeah. I thought that was a cool spot. Like, I thought it was cool. Obviously, with the Thunderdome and them not having fans, they can do this kind of thing. I'm pretty sure there was some type of crash pad or something so that Dom didn't get hurt, but and that's fine. Like I said, that is fine. You can't do that with a live audience, but because you don't have the live audience, it made sense, so I get it, what happens this week on SmackDown? Ray gets the upper hand on Roman, and then we you know we go into Hell in a Cell with the baby face on top.
Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
All right. Overall, that was pretty much SmackDown. By the way, what did you think about
One count?
One count. I'm on my Kevin Dunn right now. I can't even find it. There it is. There it is. All right, there it is. One count. Yeah. SmackDown wasn't good. There's no way to say it. Like SmackDown just wasn't good. Like I said, I don't want to come up here and be negative. Like, but if the show's bad, it's bad. Like, you know. And to be honest with you, the Roman stuff is really like saving it. Like SmackDown is really the Roman Reigns show. Like, and I mean, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. I wish they would write better television so that more people would be able to get over, because what's usually told to the talent is we have nothing for you. Creative has nothing for you. Well, creative has nothing for them because they're not given a chance to get over. And they're not given a chance to get over because creative sucks, like, to put it mildly. So, yeah. But yeah, that was SmackDown. I guess we can go to Raw. But before we do that, just in case you guys are not Fresh Prince fans, this is what Dom looked like.
I hate you so much.
Oh man! All right. Just in case, you knew what I was doing. I was getting it ready.
I was like, this nigga's getting it ready.
Yeah, come on, you know me. All right, let's keep going here. Let's go to Raw. We have to. There we go. There it is. Okay. Raw. Is there anything that stuck out? Like, I don't even feel like going through the whole show. I know Alexa opened up the show and it was her and Nia. And they got into it, and I guess Alexa got disqualified. No, Nia got disqualified because Reginald got involved. What are we doing with Alexa? What are we doing? What's going on here?
Okay, so okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to get through it.
Yeah.
My issue with this is like, okay, it's good to see Alexa in the ring.
Right.
Really good to see Alexa in the ring. I wanted that.
Yeah.
She brought back the Twisted Bliss.
Yeah. Dope.
There was no reason why Reginald should have been involved.
Right.
Zero reason.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't even say for that moment where it looked like she was hypnotizing him. Not even for that moment. There was no reason why he was in that fucking. Why? You had something, and it was the match was going okay.
It was going all right. Yeah.
I said okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The match was going okay, and it ruined it.
Yeah.
Raw. I'm just gonna put. You know what banner I'm gonna tell you to put up because I fucking tapped out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just so that we put 10 on 20, since we are crystal motherfucking clear, I tapped the fuck out.
You used to know a girl named Crystal. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I know quite a few people named Crystal.
Yeah. No, I don't talk to the Crystal. I know. All right, but anyway, so you tapped out of the show. I will give it a 1 count. Hi, Crystal, if you're watching. I will give it a 1 count.
I owe the Crystals I know.
Yeah, right. I do talk to one Crystal. Yeah, she's cool. Anyway, this show. Okay, first of all,
sorry. Go ahead.
Nah,
I was just gonna let you go first.
First of all, we had something with Jeff and Cedric, right? Because John Morrison defeated Jeff Hardy, and then Jeff says, you know what? Because Cedric comes out there, he says, you know what? If I can't beat you, I'm gonna retire. I'm just like, wait, what? Like, retirement stipulation on a random Raw. So I kind of expected Jeff to win. I'm just like, all right, he's not gonna just retire on a random Raw, right? That happens, but then right? And we just got one count up because we're talking about Monday Night Raw. But then on Raw, right, you had Naomi, right? Oh, I know you want to get to it. No, V. no, we need you. We had Naomi versus what was scheduled was Eva Marie.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Some of y'all might know her as Natalie Marie, but Eva Marie, right?
I know her as talent.
Was make trying to hold. Okay. You got me.
I said it.
You got me.
I don't give a
fuck. Naomi versus Eva Marie was scheduled, but that didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
Piper Niven, which apparently the commentators, the ring announcer,
that pissed me off. Did not know who the fuck she was. So does Vince even know what NXT UK is?
I'm sitting up right now. Not even that though, right? I'm not gonna. I know everybody was burying the commentary team. I'm not gonna bury them because they was doing what they was told. They was probably told, "Don't sell this girl. Do not say her name," because there's no way. There's no way. There's no way, V, that Corey Graves does not know who she is. I'm guaranteeing you that Corey Graves knows who she is. Byron Saxton knows who she is. I should say. The Jimmy guy may not.
The Jimmy guy, I will say this: he is really good on commentary, regardless of that. But
yeah. I'm not gonna bury the commentators too much just because they were doing what they was told in their headphones, in these headphones right here, right? But so we don't watch NXT UK. So
I do.
And here's a question, right? Mm-hmm. If your own commentators, the people that work at your show, don't watch the show, then why should I? You're basically bearing. Why, if they don't care about that show, what makes me as a fan of your programming, right? What makes me more enticed to watch the show? Yeah. If your commentators don't even watch the show. It reminds me of the time where Paul Heyman asked Brock Lesnar in the back, was like, "Yo, did you see what happened? Did you see what he said?" And Brock's like, "I don't watch the show, Paul. Why would I watch the show?" And I think, and see, when Brock said it, it was funny. Right?
But because we know he doesn't.
We know he doesn't, and we know, and why would he? But as far as the commentators, your ring announcer, the commentators that's supposed to be knowledgeable on the product, yeah, I expect them to know who Piper is. So she comes out, she kills Naomi in 2 minutes, and there couldn't be anybody else. Like, no, you had nobody else to do that. I'm not blaming Naomi. Obviously, she was just doing her job, but you couldn't find anybody, nobody in the back.
Local talent. Can I be real, Cheryl Lynn, right now?
Please.
Got to be real. Now, those for you that understood that reference is fine. Yeah, I would have came here more unhinged if Eva Marie would have legitimately beat Naomi. So let's start there.
Yeah.
Piper Niven is fantastic. If you have not seen her work, I suggest you do so.
Yeah.
Naomi is a former 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason. Well, in this case here, it would not have made sense to kill Naomi like you did. Right, now, if Naomi did an open challenge and it was just Piper without the Eva Marie filter, I would have been like, okay, you want to establish this girl as a force. Fine. Right. All right. I hate that it got to be in the detriment of my girl, but that would have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
For the Eva Marie filter, it's what's killing everything. Glow Mob, Nail Mob, gotta talk to y'all real quick. Okay. Like you all, I was also upset that they did Naomi the way that she did.
Right.
That they did. That they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on record and say that body shaming anyone, especially Piper, is unacceptable. It's immature, and I know a lot of you are 12, so understand when an adult is talking to you that the comments that I saw about Piper and how she looks was unnecessary. It was rude.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know, a lot of this is out of anger. I get it. Okay. I'm annoyed too that Naomi got squashed in 2 minutes and then Eve Marie is technically the winner. Yeah. I hated that also.
Right.
But Piper did not do anything to warrant the comments that were received.
Yeah.
It was immature. It was just it was unnecessary.
Right.
With that being said, Piper is a very talented girl, very talented woman. She has a future in the business.
Of course.
A huge future in the business. I just need her to get away from Eva Marie. Eva Marie, girl, still don't like you. Never will.
What if I can get Eva Marie on the show? Would you take that interview?
I will be absent from the show.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fair.
Thanks.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
To avoid for me saying something out of pocket, yeah, I will not be on the show.
Okay. All right. That's hey, I understand. You're being real.
Granted, if I want to say something, I'm gonna say it to her. So
yeah.
But no, it my dislike of her is not from a K word.
yeah.
That's dead in the wrestling business. It's how it's the disrespect of the business, and then there is the going back when what you really wanted to do flopped. It's the disrespect of the business for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And going back to what it was, I hope this doesn't last long. I really hope that the name that they're trying to put on Piper is not gonna happen. They could just call her Piper Nevin, or you can call her Viper Nevin because that works.
Yeah.
Or then again, Viper Randy or Piper.
But yeah, right,
but
right.
People will know the difference. People will know the difference. Okay, Randy Orton and Piper Nevin look completely different. They're two completely different genders. So you can't. Now I will say that Piper is also Scottish.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't get them mixed up. You cannot get them mixed up. But I really hate everything.
But that's a whole nother story.
I really hate everything about Eva Marie. I hate that Piper has to be subjected to this because Piper is going to get unnecessary heat, or not even unnecessary, like unnecessary personal heat.
Yeah,
like the comments about her, how she looks, that's not necessary. It's not, and I hate that she had to be subjected to that because of the Eva Marie filter. If it wasn't the Eva Marie filter, I think she would have been a lot more well received than she was.
Yeah.
Well, except the squashing Naomi part, but it wouldn't have been as vitriol as it was. Because when I saw the announcement of Eva versus Naomi, I was like, really? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Can they just move Naomi to SmackDown, please?
Yeah, I'm all for that at this point.
They literally they put her in a program with Bianca, put her in a program with Sasha. I don't care. Put her.
I was going a whole different direction. Put it with Reigns and I was
yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, my bad.
Now rewind. Right. Put it with Reigns. Like, I mean, granted,
I was just thinking that
it would make more sense. It would make more sense if shut up. It would make more sense if Tamina was, but she's a tag team champion, so it doesn't matter. But like, put Naomi on SmackDown. If this doesn't start a Naomi heel turn, then I don't like this. Gotta start. I can't wait to the draft. Put Naomi on SmackDown. Have her turn heel. Debut some other people. Piper's a great addition to the roster.
I agree.
My issue is not Piper. My issue is the hair-on that they do in the back and Eva Marie.
Okay,
she will always get the smoke from me. I don't care.
Okay, so we had RKO defeated RK Bro defeated the New Day. We had Rhea versus Asuka again, but I will say
This
I'll
match
say
is a lot better.
yes. Yeah, you read my mind. Yes, yes. I don't know what it was, but they finally got it together. And originally, I was saying, okay, these two don't have chemistry together. Why do we keep putting them together? But that's why we keep putting them together. I think Vince was probably at the point with like, listen, y'all two are gonna get this together one way or another. Y'all gonna get it together. So we going and if y'all don't, we're gonna keep having y'all wrestle until y'all do. So they got it together.
Ooh.
This one was a lot better. And then we had a brawl after. Looked like apparently Rhea was shooting on Charlotte a little bit, and then Charlotte was legitimately upset. I'm talking like legit upset.
Yeah, because I heard bitch. I heard
I heard something else. Yeah.
I mean, I heard bitch, and then I heard something that was bleeped out. The bitch wasn't bleeped out.
No, but the F word was. Yeah, because Charlotte was wild, and then I don't know if you heard it, but it was very quick. She set the Hurricane. Shout out the Hurricane. Always shout out the Hurricane. She set the Hurricane. She was like, y'all just gonna let her shoot on me? And I was just like, wow. Like it was very quick.
I gotta watch.
Go back. Yeah, go back and watch that.
I did not hear that.
Well, maybe you probably got a DVR. So yeah, it's probably on a live version. But
I mean, Hulu,
Hulu, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so that happened, and looks like Charlotte's face was messed up a little bit. And yeah, we're going into the cell. Well, no, they're not gonna be in the cell. They're just wrestling at the pay-per-view. Who wins that match? Since we're probably not gonna be on before the pay-per-view. So who wins that match?
Because the pay-per-view is Sunday, right?
Sunday, yeah. So that's why I'm just trying to go through predictions and all of that right now too. Like,
shit. The winner,
does Rhea drop the title now?
Okay. Now, if they do that, I'll be shocked. But I think Rhea will retain.
Okay.
I don't know if she's still supposed to be a heel. Is Rhea a heel?
I don't know what we're doing with Rhea right now. Because Charlotte's the heel. So I'm gonna assume Rhea's more of a tweener.
I don't know. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know either.
But I mean, the writers. I'm sure that Charlotte and Rhea know what they're doing, but the writers don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm not even gonna talk about Jackson and Elias. All right. So in the main event, we had first we had AJ versus Drew McIntyre, but then everybody got involved.
Be real.
Yeah.
Be real.
Mm-hmm.
I tapped out after Jackson record.
Of Drew and AJ.
I tapped out as soon as I saw Jackson Riker.
Okay, all right. So you didn't even get to the main event.
Nope.
All right, there was a lot going on. Kia. Oh man, shout out to Kia. What's up, Kia? Long time. Kia's here. Yeah, Kia's in the chat. Yes, Kia's in the chat.
Hey.
I'm here for a second.
I'm saying he was on girl.
Oh yeah, the versus battle. All right, so we'll get through this. Thank you, Kia. Appreciate you. Definitely. Shouts to you. Long time no see or talk. So
love you, sis.
Definitely. So let's keep going though. Yeah. So basically, what happened was AJ was facing Drew, but Lashley was out there, and it turned into. I thought they were gonna do a tag team match at first, but Drew wins by disqualification because Bobby attacks Drew McIntyre, but then this brings out the Viking Raiders because Drew's outnumbered. So now we got Drew and the Viking Raiders versus AJ Omos and Bobby Lashley in the main event. Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders beat Bobby Lashley. Drew wins via the Claymore onto Bobby Lashley, pins the WWE champion, and we go off the air. This wasn't horrible. The main event stuff was not bad. So it looks like Drew's losing on Sunday again. Now my question is how? Because Bobby's not going to beat him clean. In my opinion, I have a theory.
Theory?
Yes. Okay. No, not Austin. I have a theory.
No, we won't do that one. But yes.
Okay.
The only Austin I acknowledge is Stone Cold and
right. Yeah. So does Jinder Mahal get involved in this match to set up a Jinder Mahal Drew McIntyre feud? I I could see that happening. Jinder's been very quiet after he re-debuted like a few weeks ago, and then we haven't seen him. I think Jinder Mahal gets involved somehow, and he costs Drew McIntyre the WWE Championship, and we move on finally from Drew and the title picture.
You know what? I didn't really think about that.
There's a built-in feud there.
There is a built-in feud there. Doesn't need a title. It could have a title, but it doesn't need a title.
I don't think it needs one.
And Bobby shouldn't be dropping at Hell in a Cell. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
No, not Hell in a Cell.
No.
SummerSlam, sure, but Hell in a Cell.
Okay. All right. And that was Raw. So we already kind of gave our
so bad, so fucking bad.
Yeah. Do we even have any like real matches other than the ones we talked about signed for Hell in a Cell so that we
Bianca and Bailey.
Bianca Bailey. I think Bianca retains.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, we talked to Rhea and Charlotte. What else? I don't know if there's anything else.
I don't even. They've done so poorly doing this. So
I think they're just trying to get through to when we get fans back next month. At this point,
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank has got to be a on par pay per view.
I think it will be. We're gonna have fans. Like it's gonna be full capacity. I think it will be.
Because if you are gonna give a shit like you have been giving this, and then they're gonna shit on it, and it's like, did they stop trying and just gonna try until fans are back? Because that's what it seems like. They're just like going through the motions till the fans come back. Yeah. So I better be getting good storylines. I better be getting good matches. Well, yeah, I better be getting good matches. But I trust the talent. The talent's fine.
Yeah.
It's the writers I don't trust.
Yeah. We did miss a match. It was Alexa Bliss. It's Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler in a singles match. I'm assuming Alexa wins.
I'm gonna assume also.
Yeah, but because Shayna just is doing job after job after job now. Okay. We didn't cover Dynamite. So I guess we can cover that briefly and then get up out of here. I know the versus battles.
I get it. I didn't.
You didn't watch it.
I didn't get a chance to. For reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll quickly go through it. Christian Cage defeated Angelico. Okay. It was a decent opener. Jungle Boy saves Christian because the Hardy family office tried to attack him. We had Kingston, Pac, and Penta El Zero Miedo versus the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler. The babyfaces won. Eddie, Pac, and Pentagon. Penta. Can't call him Pentagon no more. Penta. They won by beating Brandon Cutler. Let me see if anything stuck out really. The Pinnacle had an in-ring segment basically saying that this thing with the Inner Circle will never end. No, excuse me. The Inner Circle wants this to continue. The Pinnacle wants this to be over. Right? MJF says he has nothing to prove to Sammy. And yeah, so the Inner Circle do this this cool destruction angle outside of the park, like outside in the parking lot. They destroy the Pinnacle's limousine. So this thing is not over. It's never ending. And in the main event, we had Evil Uno versus Miro for the TNT Championship. It was a solid match. Oh, it wasn't the main event. I'm sorry. It was a solid match. Of course, Miro won. We had Lance Archer defeat Chandler Hopkins. It was just a squash match. Okay. I feel like that was the main event of the show. I feel like they're giving me dark results right now. No, I wasn't. All right, so we had Adam Page and 10 versus Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs in the main event. The babyfaces won, and that was Dynamite. And in my opinion, it was a 2-count show. Okay. Nothing too bad, nothing too good. Like, it was average.
Yeah.
It was okay. Like, it's okay. And that was this week in wrestling, pretty much. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Couple of church announcements, you guys.
Oh, gather
Couple of
around,
announcements.
everybody.
Gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Anyway,
Are we gonna make s'mores? Is that what's gonna
or
happen?
CAMPFIRESONG song. Anyway, seriously. So a couple announcements. We are setting up both a YouTube page
Mm-hmm.
as well as an Instagram. So starting in July, besides the broadcasting on Facebook as well as on Twitter, we'll
Mm-hmm.
also be streaming live from YouTube as well. Um,
Nice.
as well as our Instagram. Our Instagram is going to be at go for the pin underscore show. It is currently under construction. You can still follow it. There's no problem with that. But we will be posting. We're going to be posting myself and Mike's bios, all of the episodes.
Handle one more time, B.
Moving
Sorry.
forward. Oh, at go for the pin underscore show.
Underscore show. All right.
Yes.
Is
And
it
we'll put
go
that in,
for? Is it go
not the
for?
number 4.
Oh,
FOR.
okay.
Yeah, FOR. So yes, starting in July, we'll be streaming live from YouTube as well. But until then, we'll be still on Facebook and on Twitter, as well as all of your podcasting needs. And another thing, our previous episodes before we started going live, those episodes will remain on the Jeff Meacham Network.
Yes. Shout out to Jeff Meacham, by the way.
Shout out to Jeff Meacham, unless, something happened, we make a decision to move some of those episodes over. But all of the episodes beforehand will be on the Jeff Meacham Network. So season 2 will officially be on our YouTube as well as our Twitter and our Facebook.
Okay. All right. So a lot of good stuff coming, a lot of content. And if you guys liked the interview, please retweet, share, all of that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Like everything. We really appreciate it. Everything helps. So and just thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, to the people that have left comments that's like, that's retweeted, that's liked, that's anything to help the show. We really appreciate it. And trust me, we are trying to make this into something that's even greater than it is right now. And just stay with us. We won't let you down.
Yes.
So
once again, I want to say thank you, Dan Limelight, for coming onto the show and doing this interview with us. We really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to do so. So we're so thankful. This is our first interview. So so we're really glad that you were able to come through, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. And,
definitely. And you're welcome back anytime.
Yes, anytime. Just let us know. And of course, if you want to follow Danny on Twitter, it is at Danny Limelight. And that's lime as in the fruit and light as in light.
Yes.
So it's at Danny Limelight. And this, I believe that's
socials,
also, yes, all of the socials is Danny Limelight. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and we hope to see you soon. Definitely. Of course, for me, you can follow me at KingV_the ruler on Instagram and on Twitter at _watchmythrone. Mike?
Yeah, and for me, you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Mike EQ and on Instagram at Mike_EQ. Almost forgot my own Instagram right there. I don't know why the SmackDown Live graphic is up there. I was trying to show everybody, these things happen. We're live, pal.
We're live, pal.
Yeah, so but yeah, Danny, thank you again. Thank you everybody that's watching. We will see you next time on Go for the Pin. Later, everybody.